Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, our today's lecture is about laboratory rearing of insects. The aim of this part of practical is to learn about the basic requirements for rearing insects in the laboratory. So first of all, the question arises, why do we rear insects in the laboratory? The goal of organized insect rearing is to provide reliable, affordable sources of high quality insects for their many important purposes. For example, rearing beneficial insects like parasitoids and predators in the laboratory for using them in biological control programs. To facilitate the establishment of an introduced species and to accomplish a wider distribution of a previously established species. As we know, insects have highly varied habits and habitats. Their food and feeding habits are equally variable. Insects are also known to occur in sub-zero temperatures to the inhospitable hot springs. So, because of their different food temperature requirements, insect rearing requires specific techniques for different types of insects. Therefore, it becomes important to be aware of the basic requirements of insect species before it could be reared under the laboratory conditions. Generally, there are 4 basic requirements in order to develop a successful insect rearing technique. The first requirement is the food. For polyphagous insects, the plant material required by the insect should be placed in cages. Food supply should be fresh and changed every day to prevent decaying. For example, Papilio demolius can be reared on citrus leaves and lucinodes can be reared by providing them with brinjal fruits. The unused food material as well as the fecal matter should be removed every day and the cage should be cleaned. However, in some cases for phytophagous insects, if artificial diet is available, it works very well if natural food is not available. The second requirement is the temperature. The majority of insects breed at temperatures ranging from 25 to 35 degrees centigrade. However, there are species, for example, Helicoverpa parmigira, that can be reared at room temperature even in winter months. Successful rearing can be done during the natural breeding season of a particular species when conditions are optimal. On small scale, insects can be reared in rooms having temperature control devices. Here in this picture you can see we can also use insect rearing chambers where we can maintain the temperature requirements, different temperature requirements and humidity requirements for rearing of insects. The third important factor is the humidity. A vast majority of insects prefer high humidity from 80 to 90% relative humidity for their natural development. Therefore, a large number of insects are easier to rear in rainy season due to naturally available optimum temperature and humidity. The fourth basic requirement is the space. Space requirements differ according to the species to be reared. For example, butterflies require plenty of space, while store-grain insects can breed in small chambers or even in glass jars. Cages are therefore designed keeping according to space requirement of the insects to be reared. Generally, larger and flying insects require more space and as compared to the smaller species. Here you can see, for example, for different kind of types of cages are available. If we have to rear large number of insects, we can use this kind of material. And if we have small insects, flying and small insects, if we want to handle some parasitoids, we can use this type of cages. So this was all about our today's lecture, and if you have any question, you are more than welcome to ask questions. Thank you.